lowest scores. Now for the remaining 6 designers, you represent the highest and the lowest scores. Let's bring out your models. Richie, tell us about who you are as a designer and tell us about your design.
This is my shirt, yung violet. So my inspiration also, the circle. Yun lang ang gusto kong ma-achieve. Malinis, well-made, and kita yung shape.
It might have been better if you edited a little bit and focused on one thing. You have a very busy top already, so it might have helped if you pulled back her hair. But if you wanted to achieve malinis, definitely you did.
The shrug, the bustier, and the umbrella skirt, piece by piece, they were all good, but put together, it was lacking in congruence and unity.
Hopefully, after this project runway, mas magaling na ako mag-edit, mas magaling na ako mag-style.
Okay, now Santi, please step forward.
Basically, as a designer, I go for things that are quirky and with a hint of theatric. There's a dress underneath, which is somewhat more classic than what's in front.
In my notes, I said, I love the jacket, I hate the skirt. But now that I see it as a dress, you've just changed my mind and won me over.
But next time, don't shortchange yourself. If you didn't have the chance to defend yourself, we might never know that your piece is much better than it actually is.
Russell.
Isa siyang Euro trash punk girl na kagagaling na sa party kagabi, and then sa sobrang lasing niya nakatulog siya sa waiting shed. Pagkatapos pagising niya, ganun yung itsura niya.
You have a very strong point of view. You have the whole story and the concept behind it that's very clear. So I think for this challenge, you did a good job.
Magkapatid ba kayo ng modelo mo? You have the same name?
Russell.
Oh my goodness.
Your job as a graphic designer clearly shows in this piece.
Thank you.
So well done.
Thank you.
Hazel.
I'm just simple, but definitely not boring, and sweet but spicy. I like mixing flowy fabric and hard fabric.
The color is fresh, it gives that young vibe. But the thing is, there are so many details. I'm getting a little bit confused. There are drapes, and then there are those loops, and then if you turn around, there are so many cutouts, and then you have those button details.
Can you turn around, please? When I see this dress, there's 17 things going on all together, and sometimes that doesn't work. Actually, it never does.
Thank you. Next, Jess. Tell us about who you are as a designer and your design.
My inspiration for my design is the color of the leaves. I am very experimental, and I want to make clothes that is never boring.
You're trying to say too much, especially with the leaves in front. It distracted the purity of the focal point, the panier. And I have a problem with the construction of the bustier as well. The zipper had a little hump, but otherwise, we all love the panier.
And last, Patrick.
As a designer, I don't want to overpower wearability. This one is made from the sleeves, and then I made a top that you can actually, wear in a lot of ways. Actually, you can wear it with like a bolero. There.
The level of sophistication of your design aesthetic, it's awesome.
Thank you.
It's really, really awesome. I think you're a thinking designer.
This looks like the work of an experienced designer. You met all the requirements of this challenge. You showed who you are, you innovated, you came up with something really great.
Thank you so much.
So we've heard what you had to say. Now we're going to have a little chat. So So thank you. You may leave the runway. Okay, guys, so we saw the designs for the first time out. What do we think?
It's a phenomenal group.
Yeah, it's a good mix.
Of good and bad.
So let's start with Patrick.
I think his level of taste is very high. I'm just afraid that with his love for black, we
What
all
can he
love
do
black.
next?
What can he do next? I mean, you know, will he be able to adapt to all the different challenges?
Okay, so what about Richie? What do we think of Richie's design?
But Apples and I didn't like the styling.
No,
The
not
hair?
at all.
2004.
But you know what? He's willing to learn, and that's good.
What made him win me over was his attitude and his cleanliness.
Construction.
What about Jazz?
She wanted to be profound, and she ended up with something which was
Mundane.
confused.
Yeah, confused.
Confused.
It just spoke too much of what she is. It was just too busy.
Santi.
That technique of draping and packing
Yes,
the fabric
yes,
up, it's just overdone.
Yeah,
It's
I'm glad he
nothing
took
new.
the jacket off because
Yeah.
that really actually changed
Yeah.
my mind about him.
Yeah. I hope that next time he realizes that he uses the runway as an opportunity to showcase a dress.
Hazel.
You know, I appreciate the fact that it looks young and vibrant, but there are so many details. It gives off that vibe that, I don't know what I want to be right now.
It becomes a mishmash of things and you lose the point of view.
I think at this point, I mean, they have to realize that they shouldn't be too much into the concept.
Yes.
This is a simple case of something that is too overthought or overdone.
And lastly, Russell. What do we think about Russell?
He provides a good antithesis
Yes.
of what fashion is.
It's not too over the top, and
You
yet
just
it's
take off the
strong.
cross, and it's a nice dress.
His dress is very graphic, so I like that. I like seeing point of view.
I think he was the most unique among the bunch.
We know who we like?
Definitely.
For sure.
Should we call him back out? All right. Welcome back to the runway. Now one of you is going to be named winner, and the other one will be out.